I'd like to hear more about the history of Finland. When did things start to fall apart? What brought us to this point?
The path to destruction began long ago. Few of us remember the legend of the Kingdom of Finland, a land of noble and skillful people. They once shone as a beacon of light, guided by truthfulness and compassion. They were known for bringing peace and negotiating between peoples and tribes. But slowly, the kingdom began to wither. Men from the West breached our defenses, seized our lands, and systematically destroyed our culture and history decade after decade. Gradually, the righteous kingdom of Finland faded into obscurity. Now, it is more myth than reality.
And that's how we lost everything? How we got to where we are now?
Yes, and now we are scattered and divided. Those dark forces are no longer external. They're among us now. Dark spirits that divide us. You can feel it, can't you? People have forgotten how to trust one another, how to connect. Neighbors who once relied on each other now turn away.
Is that why you left your home?
Yes. There's no living in this system anymore. When paying taxes on my land became impossible, I left. My home had become a burden, and I couldn't bear it any longer. You used to be able to ask for help from others, but not anymore. That's why I came here, to find what little community is left.
Did you come here alone?
My wife passed away before I left, and my son was wise enough to leave Europe before all this madness began. We had a beautiful life once, a house in the valley, surrounded by the forest. Birds, deer, even moose used to wander close by. My wife had a gift for gardening, and our crops always thrived. For a while. In our final days there, they started a mining operation nearby, powered by a newly built windmill park. At first it didn't seem like much, but after a while, the animals disappeared. The soil went bad. And even the bees, the ones that kept my wife's garden alive, vanished one by one.
Was it the turbines that caused all this?
The air changed. The sound of those turbines, constant, unnatural. It poisoned everything around us. And it wasn't just the turbines. They built those 5G towers right next to them. The signals. They felt like they were everywhere. Like an invisible force. By all this, my wife suffered terrible headaches. And within a few years, she was gone. I didn't put it all together until after she passed. The turbines. The towers. By the time I realized what was happening, it was too late. We should have left, but I kept hoping things would get better. They never did.
I'm sorry to hear that.
She would have loved this place if she were still here. Somewhere we could have spent our last days together in peace. But now it doesn't matter. She's gone, and everything we had is already lost.
How is your son? Have you been able to hear from him?
No, not since they introduced the digital IDs. My SIM card became useless after that, and I haven't been able to contact him. No phone, no ID, no way to connect with the outside world. It's like I don't exist anymore.
It's hard for me to understand how people still go along with it, how some of them are even proud to be part of this Orwellian nightmare.
Well, it's easier than facing the truth. Denial's powerful. It's like being stuck in something you know isn't right, but you keep hoping it'll change, even as everything falls apart around you.
Yeah, maybe you're right. It feels like people just keep waiting for things to change on their own, but it never does.
You can't entirely blame them. We're all playing small roles in a much larger game, one that's been unfolding for centuries, maybe even longer. It's not easy to see when you're in the middle of it. But if I had to name a turning point, the moment when these things truly began to unravel, it was the late 80s, with the rise of globalization.
Globalization. They made it sound like good progress, didn't they?
That's the tragedy of it. They promised prosperity, cooperation, and free markets. But behind all of that were hidden motives, control, and domination. They told us their currency and their system would make us happier, more secure, so we trusted them, and our leaders, whether they were blind or just sold out, led us right into the trap. Now the money system we relied on is unraveling. They keep printing it, shifting it, but no one really knows where it all goes. And you feel it, don't you? That sinking feeling like the ground beneath you isn't solid anymore.
Yeah, it's like we're sinking deeper every day, and most people don't even realize it.
Exactly. And it's not just about money. Globalization was never just about trade. It's about power over people. They thought they could control the world, but for every action, resistance grew. And now we're seeing the rise of sovereign nations, people trying to take back control of their lives, their economies. But it's too late for most. The system runs deep in people's minds. It isn't just economics anymore. It's in their habits, their beliefs. What we see now, it's not capitalism anymore. It's globalism. The free market was twisted to serve the few, and now those at the top will do anything to hold on to control. The ideals we believed in, democracy, freedom, they were turned against us.
And what happens when people finally realize it? When they see there's another way to live?
If they see it, that's the battle. Most people are so caught up in distractions, in this digital fog they've put us in, that they can't even imagine life outside the system anymore. But if enough people wake up, things could change. People could realize there's a life where they aren't treated like animals. A life where communities can thrive, not because some corporation allows it, but because they're free to do it. That's why they want to wipe us out too. They want to erase any idea of an alternative way of living. Because as long as people know there's another way, they can't fully control us. If they can destroy the last of us, they'll make it so that even the dream of freedom fades. And in time, no one will even remember that dream.
How do we stop that from happening?
We hold on. We keep the dream alive. We talk, we gather, we build, even when it feels impossible. As long as someone remembers, as long as someone still dreams of a better life, they can never fully win. But listen, they're already watching us. They can't afford resistance, not now. The system, this machine, it thrives on compliance. Anyone who steps out of line, who questions the way things are, they become a threat.
You think they're watching us?
I know they are. They've been watching me for years because of my posts on social media. I've stayed on the edges, off the grid as much as I can, but it's only a matter of time before they come for us. They just can't let people like us, who still believe in freedom, exist.
So what do?
We stay ready. When they come, and they will come, it won't be a fair fight. But it never is when the powerful go after those who still believe in something bigger than themselves.
Then we fight.
Yes, but be careful. They'll strike when you least expect it. We need to be cautious. There are others out there, people like us, who still remember what freedom feels like. We'll need to find them, gather our strength. The world moves in cycles. Darkness doesn't last forever. There's always light at the end of it, but that light needs people like us. People who aren't afraid to ask the hard questions, who aren't afraid to fight for something bigger.
Maybe one day we'll live to see that light.
Maybe we will. Or maybe it's up to us to bring it. But when the time comes, don't hesitate. Be ready. They'll come for us. Be sure of that.